My name is Leonard Hayes. Len. I'm 66, retired recon Marine, served in Somalia, 1993. I don't talk about it. I live in a cabin off Highway 61, Minnesota, by Lake Superior. I drive a 1998 Ford Ranger, green, 190,000 miles. It runs. On July 14, 2025, at 2 p.m., I stopped at Erickson's bait shop for fishing line. It's a small place, wooden walls, tackle displays, a dock out back. The lake's close, air smells of fish and pine. Sun was high, water calm. I parked near the dock, walked in. My boots creaked on the floor. The shop was quiet. A blue sedan was outside, a kid on the dock with a pole. I wore a patched marine jacket, jeans, boots. My M9 pistol, concealed, was in my waistband. I grabbed nylon line, $3.50. The owner, Carl, 50s, was at the counter. Then I heard bikes. 5 Harleys, black with green Viper decals, roared up. Riders wore leather vests, skull tattoos. Their leader, Fong, was lanky, switchblade in hand. Others had names like Coil or Rattler. They parked by the shop, engines loud. Fong strode in, boots heavy. Pay up, Carl, he said. Carl opened a register, pulled $50. All I got, he said, voice low. Fong took it, smashed a rod display. Cole laughed, kicked a reel. Rattler, by the door, held a bat. The kid outside froze. I paid for the line, left $4. Keep it, I told Carl. Fong eyed me, smirked. Old man, beat it, he said. I looked at him. Buying line, I said. My voice was flat. He laughed. Stay out of her business. I nodded, walked out. The sedan's driver, a woman, stayed low. The bikers left, slashing the sedan's tire. The woman cursed. I got in my truck, watched the lake. My K-bar knife was under the seat, sharp. I didn't touch it. Carl swept the floor. The woman called a tow. I drove home. The highway was empty. These bikers were like militia I'd tracked in Mogadishu, loud, sloppy, thinking fear was power. They'd come back. My cabin was dark. I cleaned my M9, checked my K-bar. Ate a can of beans, sat on the porch. The lake was black, stars bright. I slept 3 hours. Didn't need more. I'd be at the shop tomorrow. They'd show again. I'd be ready. The night was cold, lake air sharp. I sat on my porch, M9 cleaned, K-bar ready. I thought about Erickson's bait shop. Fong and his Lake Vipers, 5 bikers, no discipline. Fong was quick with that switchblade, but careless. Coil moved heavy, maybe a brawler. Rattler was nervous, bet too big for him. The others followed, no threat alone. I'd seen worse in Somalia. 1993, guys who thought numbers made them untouchable. They learned. At 7 a.m., I drove to the shop. Same wooden walls, dock, lake smell. Carl was restocking hooks. The sedan was gone, a red pickup by the dock. I bought coffee, $1.50, sat on a bench outside. They back. I asked Carl. He nodded. Last night, took $30, broke a window. His voice was tired. I sipped my coffee bitter. A fisherman pulled in, bought bait. At 9 a.m., the bikes came. 5 Harleys, green Viper decals. They blocked the lot, engines shaking boards. Fong led, switchblade out. Coil had a chain now, Rattler his bat. The others carried pipes. They stormed the shop. I stayed seated. Inside, Fong leaned over the counter. You're late, Carl. Cough it up. Carl gave $20. Fong grabbed it, smashed a tackle box. Cole swung his chain, hit a shelf. Reels fell. I stood, set my coffee down. My M9 was concealed, K-bar in my boot. I walked in. Fong saw me, grinned. Back, Grandpa, he said. Leave the man's shop, I said. My voice was flat, gruff. Cole laughed. Or what, old-timer? I looked at him. You don't want to know. Rattler stepped up, bat raised. The fisherman outside watched. Carl's hand was near a phone. My heart rate was 62. I'd stalked targets through Mogadishu alleys. This was easier. Fong nodded at Coil. Teach him, he said. Coil swung his chain. I stepped right, caught it, yanked him forward. He stumbled. I elbowed his neck, dropped him. Rattler swung his bat. I ducked, grabbed his arm, twisted. The bat fell. I kneed his thigh, sent him down. The other 2 rushed me, pipes high. I sidestepped, punched one's jaw, kicked the other's knee. They fell. Fong flicked his switchblade, lunged. I grabbed a fishing pole, parried, disarmed him. The blade skidded. I hit his chest, hard. He gasped, fell. Carl was on the phone, calling the sheriff. Get out, I said, voice hard. Fong glared, but they limped out, bikes roaring off. I sat, sipped my coffee. The fisherman stared. Carl nodded, said nothing. I waited for the sheriff. The fight at the shop was quick. The Lake Vipers were gone, Harleys fading down Highway 61. I sat outside, coffee cold. My knuckles ached, but no brakes. I'm 66, slower than 93, but sharp enough. Carl came out, phone in hand. Sheriff's on the way, he said. You hurt? I shook my head. Fine, I said. My voice was flat. The fisherman from the pickup walked over, cautious. Hell of a show, he said. I shrugged, sipped my coffee. Still bitter. My M9 stayed in my waistband, K-bar in my boot. Didn't need them. The dock was quiet, lake flat. Carl swept the shop. The sheriff arrived at 10 a.m., Deputy Olson, late 30s. He talked to Carl, then me. You took 5 guys, he said, skeptical. They started it, I said. I pointed at the shop's camera. Check it. He nodded, went inside. The tape showed Fong's switchblade, Coyle's chain, the fight. Olson took a copy. These punks hit shops for years, he said. You shook them. I shrugged. Just bought line. He grinned, left. The fisherman drove off. A gray SUV pulled in. I stayed seated. By noon, the bikers were back. 7 Harleys now, Fong leading, face bruised. Coyle had a sling, Rattler limped. The new ones carried bats, one with a revolver. They blocked the lot, engines loud. Fong pointed at me, switchblade out. You're done, old man, he shouted. I stood, set my coffee down. Carl was inside, on the phone. The SUV's driver, a man, stayed low. My heart rate was 63. I walked toward Fong, hands empty. Put it down, I said, voice gruff. He laughed, aimed his blade. Coyle swung his bat, one-handed. I dodged, grabbed it, pulled him down. He fell. Rattler rushed me, chain out. I sidestepped, hit his wrist, took the chain, dropped him. The revolver guy raised his gun. I dove behind a tackle crate, drew my M9, didn't fire. A local, Jinnah, 20s, ran from the shop with a crowbar, hit the gunman's arm. The revolver fell. I stood, disarmed Fong with the chain, hit his jaw. He dropped. The others froze. Sirens wailed, 2 cruisers pulling in. Olson cuffed Fong, then Coyle. Deputies got the rest. Carl nodded at me. You okay? He asked. Yeah, I said. My elbow stung, grazed by a bat. A deputy bandaged it. Locals gathered, phones out, filming. I sat, lit a cigarette. The coffee was gone. Olson said they'd face assault, extortion, weapons charges. I didn't care. I drove home. My cabin was quiet. I cleaned my M9, ate jerky, sat on the porch. The lake was dark, stars out. I'd check the shop tomorrow. Make sure Carl was okay. Jinnah, too. The fight wasn't personal. It was just what I do. I got to the bait shop at 8 a.m. The place looked rough, window taped, rods on the floor. Carl was cleaning, Jinnah restocking. I parked by the dock, bought coffee, $1.50. They talking? I asked Carl. He shook his head. Jail for now, he said. Thanks to you. His voice was steadier. I nodded, sat outside. My elbow was sore, bandaged. M9 in my waistband, K-bar in my boot. The lake was calm. A blackfin pulled in, fueled up. A news van arrived, Channel 9 from Duluth. A reporter, young, asked Carl about the fight. He pointed at me. She approached. You stopped those bikers, she said. I sipped my coffee. Just bought line, I said. My voice was flat. She pressed, but I walked to my truck. I don't do interviews. At 11 a.m., Olson stopped by. Tape's clear, he said. They're charged. You might testify. I nodded. If you need me, I said. He left. The news van filmed the shop. By noon, the bikers were back. 9 Harleys, Fong leading, face swollen. Coyle and Rattler were battered. The new ones had bats, chains, one with a shotgun. They blocked the lot, engines loud. Fong yelled at me, switchblade out. No sheriff now, Grandpa, he said. I stood, coffee down. Carl called the sheriff. Jinnah gripped her crowbar. The van's driver hid. I walked toward Fong. Put it down, I said, voice hard. He laughed, lunged. The shotgun guy aimed. I dodged, grabbed a fishing net, tangled his arm. The gun dropped. I kneed his chest, felled him. Coyle swung his bat. I sidestepped, hit his jaw. He fell. Rattler charged, chain swinging. I caught it, yanked him down, elbowed his neck. He dropped. Jenna threw her crowbar, hit a biker's shoulder. He screamed, fell. I drew my M9, aimed at Fonk's feet. Drop it, I said, gruff. He froze, blade shaking. Sirens screamed. 3 cruisers pulling in. Olson and deputies jumped out, guns drawn. The bikers surrendered, hands up. Fong was cuffed, cursing. The crowd grew. Locals, fishermen, filming. Carl nodded at me. Again, he said. Yeah, I said. My elbow bled, bandage torn. A deputy patched it. I sat, lit a cigarette. The coffee was cold. Olson said they'd had attempted murder. I shrugged. The lot cleared, bikes towed. I drove home. My cabin was dark. I cleaned my K-bar, ate jerky. The stars were bright. The shop was tougher now. Carl stood taller. Jenna carried a crowbar. The bikers had extorted for years, $50, $30, whatever they took. They hit other shops too. I didn't want heroics. Just fishing line. But they pushed. I'd check the shop tomorrow. Make sure Carl was okay. Jenna, too. The lake was quiet. I slept 3 hours, woke at dawn. My elbow ached, but I'd had worse, a shrapnel hit in '93. This was nothing. My truck started fine. I'd get coffee, maybe line. Life went on. The bait shop was busier, July 16th, 2025. 3 cars, a boat trailer, a semi in the lot. I got there at 8 a.m., parked by the shop. Carl was restocking, Jenna fixing a display. Locals talked about the bikers. They nodded at me, kept distance. I bought coffee, sat outside. My elbow was healing, bandage off. M9 in my waistband, K-bar in my boot. No trouble expected. The news van was back, filming the doc. The reporter stayed clear, talked to Carl, Jenna. They pointed at me, but I didn't move. The coffee was better, new pot. At 9 a.m., a group of locals arrived, 3 men, 1 woman, 40s. They ran a cafe 15 miles south, said the bikers hit them, too. Heard you fought, the woman, Marie said. We're patrolling the lake now. You in? I looked at her. Maybe, I said. My voice was flat. They left a flyer, drove off. By 11 a.m., the lot was packed. Tourists, fishermen, locals. The fight video was online, millions of views. Comments called me a hero, a lunatic, some said reckless. I didn't care. Carl said the shop made $500 that morning, a record. He gave me a free coffee. I took it, sat down. At 1 p.m., Olson pulled in. Fong's talking, he said. Gave their stash, hideout. Raids tonight. I nodded. Good, I said. He asked about testifying. If you need me, I said. He left. The crowd thinned by 3 p.m. Jenna sat with me, offered a soda. I took it, didn't drink. You didn't have to fight, she said. They broke rods, I said. She nodded. Carl locked the shop at 5 p.m., came out. Locals are donating, he said. New windows, maybe a security system. You did this. I looked at him. Just bought line, I said. He smirked. I stood, elbow fine. I drove home. The highway was busy, more cars than usual. My cabin was dark. I cleaned my M9, ate jerky. The stars were out. I thought about Somalia, '93, a rooftop, a target, silence. This was a bait shop, a few moves, a grazed elbow. But it changed something. Carl was tougher. Jenna carried a crowbar. The cafe folks were patrolling. The bikers were done, or close. Olson's raid would finish it. I didn't care for crowds, but I'd check the shop tomorrow. Make sure Carl was okay, Jenna too. The woman from the sedan, maybe her. I slept 3 hours, woke at dawn. My cabin was quiet. I cleaned my K-bar, just in case. The lake was waking up. I'd get coffee, see what happened. Dawn hit the bait shop, July 17th, 2025. I arrived at 7 a.m. The lot had fresh paint, less clutter. The shop sign was fixed, blue letters. Carl was inside, arranging rods. Jenna was at the dock, checking nets. The crowd was small, 2 cars, a boat, but steady. Locals dropped off tackle, a new window. They nodded at me, said nothing. I bought coffee, sat outside. My elbow was fine, no pain. M9 in my waistband, K-bar in my boot. No bikers today. Olson called at 8 a.m. Raid worked, he said. Got their guns, cash, drugs. Fong's crew is done. I nodded, though he couldn't see. Good, I said. My voice was flat. He hung up. By 9 a.m., Marie showed up, 2 locals with her, one with a rifle. Patrol's rolling, she said. Sheriff's with us. You joining? I looked at her. I'll drive by, I said. She nodded, left. The coffee was decent, new machine, donated. At 11 a.m., a tour bus stopped, 12 people, cameras out. They photographed the shop, asked Carl about the fight. He pointed at me. They stared, some took pictures. I walked to my truck, sat inside. I didn't need attention. By 1 p.m., the lot was full. A sign went up. Lake Fund. Locals raised cash, new rods, better lights. Jenna said they'd fix the dock, maybe hire help. Your fault, she said, grinning. I shrugged. Broken rods, I said. She laughed. At 3 p.m., Carl gave me a free coffee. For everything, he said. I took it, nodded. The sedan woman, Ellen, came by, thanked me. Felt safer coming back, she said. I nodded. Good, I said. She left. The highway was alive, cars steady. The news van returned, filmed the sign. They avoided me. I smoked a cigarette, watched the lake. The sun was high, no clouds. My cabin was 10 miles away. I drove home at 5 p.m. The road felt different, busier. My cabin was the same, quiet. I cleaned my M9, ate jerky, smoked another cigarette. The stars were out. I thought about 93, a street, a scope, a target. This was a bait shop, a fight, a community. Carl ran the shop now, no fear. Jenna was tougher. Ellen came back. Marie's patrol was active, rifles ready. The shop wasn't just a store now. It was theirs. I didn't care for heroics. Never did. But I'd check the shop tomorrow. See Carl, maybe Jenna. The M9 stayed close. I slept 4 hours, woke at dawn. The lake was still there, same as always. My truck started fine. I'd get coffee, maybe line. Life went on. The bait shop was different now, July 18th, 2025. I got there at 7 a.m. The lot was packed. 5 cars, 2 boats, a news van. The shop's window was new, shelves full. Carl was busy, ringing up sales. Jenna was at the counter, training a new kid. Locals talked about the bikers, the raid. They looked at me, some waved. I bought coffee, sat outside. My elbow was fine, no pain. M9 in my waistband, K-bar in my boot. No threats left. The news van filmed the lot, not me. The reporter talked to Carl, Jenna, Ellen. They pointed at me, but I stayed seated. The coffee was good, not bitter. At 8 a.m., Marie and her patrol stopped by, 3 locals, 2 rifles. Lake's quiet, she said. Thanks to you. I shrugged. Just bought line, I said. My voice was flat. She smiled, left. By 10 a.m., the crowd grew. Tourists, locals, a school bus. Kids took pictures, asked about the fight. Carl pointed at me. I stayed in my truck. At noon, a sign went up. Erickson's Lake Fund. Donations poured in. New tackle, a security system. Jenna said they'd expand the dock. You started this, she said. I nodded. Broken rods, I said. She grinned. At 2 p.m., Olson arrived. Bikers are done, he said. Fawn got 10 years, others less. Your tape sealed it. I nodded. Good, I said. He asked about testifying. If you need me, I said. He left. The lot stayed busy. Ellen came by, bought bait, sat with me. Place feels safer, she said. I nodded. Yeah, I said. Carl gave me a free coffee at 4 p.m. Your family now, he said. I took it, said nothing. The highway hummed, cars constant. The news van left. I smoked a cigarette, watched the lake. The sun was lower, air cooler. My cabin was waiting. I drove home at 6 p.m. The road was alive, people moving. My cabin was quiet. I cleaned my K-bar, ate jerky, smoked another cigarette. The stars were bright. I thought about Somalia, a beach, a shot, silence. This was different, a bait shop, a fight, a community. Carl ran the shop now, no fear. Jenna trained a kid. Ellen wasn't scared. Marie's patrol kept the lake clear. The fund was growing. New lights, cameras, maybe a cafe next. I didn't care for fame. Never did. But I'd drive by the shop tomorrow. Check on Carl, Jenna, Ellen. The M9 was by the door. I slept 4 hours, woke at dawn. The lake was the same, endless. My truck started fine. I'd get coffee, maybe bait. Life went on.